Let's get down to business and review Mulan. Hey there guys, Tom here. Welcome back to my movie channel and thank you very much for joining me for this, my review of the 1998 Disney animated classic Mulan. If you haven't been here before, make sure with the strength of a raging fire, you hit that subscribe button and ring that notifications bell so that you never miss out on my take on all things movies. I'm assuming most, if not all of you, have seen the original Mulan animated film, so let me know what your thoughts are on this movie right down in the comment section below. And are you excited about the new movie that's supposed to be out right now but got pushed because of all this bullshit? Mulan 1998. Wow, this was a film that I grew up on. Mulan, Toy Story, Lion King, those were like my Disney Pixar movies that I sort of grew up on. It was right in the perfect time for me. I was at the right age for this movie. And I rewatched it again in preparation to do this video, and I was surprised at how many of the things still held up and still works really well in the film, and then how many of the things you realize don't work quite so well the older you get. First of all, the animation is gorgeous. Let's get that out of the way. It's one of the more darker, like in tone, Disney films, and especially in this kind of era that Disney was in, this movie felt really more mature than most other Disney films. I mean, take away the Disney songs in this film, like this film becomes really quite brutal, and I'm really hoping that the live action remake that's now coming out in 2021, I think, really focuses on the sort of the war aspect of of this story and isn't too Disney-fied, because I feel like that could be distracting for the new remake of Mulan, and it is a little distracting in this film as well. With all that said, however, I do enjoy all the songs from this movie. There are some Disney movies where I like one or two of the songs and don't like the others, but there aren't many Disney films that I like all the songs in the movie, and Mulan is definitely one of them. From I'll Make a Man Out of You to Reflections to A Girl Worth Fighting For. I mean, these songs are great. And not only are they great songs, they're used in the right moments in this movie. They help progress the story forward. That's what I really appreciate about what Disney does with their songs. Their songs aren't just there to be there. They actually help tell the story. And the beautiful editing in this movie, when they're singing A Girl Worth Fighting For and it just stops as they're, traveling across the land, and then the song just stops because then they just come across this barren, like war-torn part of where they're going to, like it's just been destroyed by the Huns. I mean, that's a heartbreaking scene, and you don't quite feel the full impact of that scene when you're a kid, but as an adult that scene hits you a little harder because you sort of, at least for me, I sort of was able to fully understand what that was trying to communicate, and as a kid I don't really feel like you get the full meaning of that scene. And in all the seriousness of Mulan and the fact that, it's a Chinese war film and all that stuff, this movie has some great moments of humor and levity. I mean, I love right at the beginning of the movie where she's going to the matchmaker and she ends up pouring hot coffee all over or whatever it was. And it's just hilarious. Some of the moments in this movie are really, really funny. Some of them not quite so much. And so let's talk about some of the things that didn't work for me. Mushu, upon rewatch, look, I love Eddie Murphy and I love Mushu. I do. But it doesn't always work in this film for me upon rewatch. It just, sometimes it doesn't quite mix. There's like mixed tones throughout the film. So I can see why in the live action remake they decided to not have the Mushu dragon element, because I just don't think that would fit in the live action version unless they were going to make it super uber cartoony, which they're not, and I'm grateful for. But the animated film is also kind of cartoony, and Mushu doesn't always work for that either. Putting aside the actual Disney songs in this movie for a second, let's talk about the score. I love the score for Mulan. I think this score is such a powerful piece of music. And one scene in particular resonated with me more than it ever has before, and I think that's due to the great score of the film. And that is the moment when Mulan decides that she, in the night, is going to steal her father's sword, his armor, and go and join the war because he can't. The music in that moment is fantastic. Sometimes a mediocre to bad score could ruin what is otherwise a good movie, and Mulan just has a lot of the elements that make this movie work as well as it does, from the score, from the characters, from the relationships, the emotion, the drama, and the tension of this film. the gritty action of this movie that you don't expect from a Disney animated film. Like, as I said before, this film is darker than I remember it being as a kid. And I think because as a kid, I was just more entertained by Mushu and more focused on the comedy aspects. But as an adult, those elements, the Mushu thing especially, doesn't really work for me as well as it did as I was a kid. So guys, that will do it for my review of 1998's Disney animated classic Mulan. Let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are on this movie. Do you love it? Do you hate it? What are your thoughts on it? Let's carry on the discussion right down there. Remember to hit that subscribe button, ring that notifications bell so you never miss out on my take on all things movies. My name is Tom. I am the girl worth fighting for, and I will see you guys next time.